At this time, Madam Secretary, will you call the roll?
Senator Girdler, Senator Maiden, Senator Webb, Representative Petrie, Representative Stalker,
Present.
Representative Thomas,
Present.
Senator Fromeyer,
Present.
Rep. McPherson.
Present. So at this time, I would accept a motion to approve the February minutes as presented. I hear a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Senator Fromeyer, co-chair. Do I hear a second? Second. Second by Senator Girdler. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We have the minutes of the February meeting. I will stress that we did not have a March meeting. We could not get everybody's agenda together and timing, and so we signed a letter, and all those things went out and got carried forward. Somehow, Senator Fromeyer suckered me into doing 2 meetings in a row.
The great delegate.
Delegated me to do. So we're doing the second meeting, and just hang with me. We've got a big agenda today, and we'll try to get through it in a pretty timely manner. First, we have Jordan Smith. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to do this. Oh, do you want? Caitlin, will you report our information items?
Pursuant to KRS 26A-168-1, KRS 45-793, and KRS 45-818, the Administrative Office of the Courts, the Finance and Administration Cabinet with the Commonwealth Office of Technology Report, and post-secondary institutions managing their own capital construction under KRS 164A-580 transmitted quarterly capital project status reports. Pursuant to KRS 45-760 sub 5, the University of Kentucky reported 2 federally and restricted funded equipment purchases. Pursuant to KRS 45-802 and KRS 45-810-3, this committee notified the Secretary of the Finance and Administration Cabinet that it did not take action on the proposed transactions submitted for the March meeting, and pursuant to KRS 45-804 and KRS 45-810-4, the Secretary notified the committee that it proceeded with the transactions. Through their fiscal agents, 3 school districts, none of which needed additional tax levies to pay debt service, reported upcoming general obligation debt issues to finance new projects. The school districts were Fayette County, Hart County, and Jessamine County. Pursuant to KRS 48-111-6, the Division of Real Properties transmitted 2 advertisements for lease space due to deteriorating building conditions. Pursuant to KRS 56-863-11, the Kentucky Asset Liability Commission transmitted its semi-annual report through the Office of Financial Management. Pursuant to KRS 56, and then pursuant to House Bills 1 and 6, the Kentucky Community and Technical College System and Eastern Kentucky University reported asset preservation projects.
Okay, thank you. Now I think we have Jordan Smith here. He's with Murray State, and I think he's going to present item 4, a new project requiring action. Go ahead and introduce yourself. And
Thank you, Chairman.
Yes.
Thank you. Jordan Smith here, Assistant Vice President for Public Affairs at Murray State University. And Chairman, what is on the agenda is we are requesting interim authorization for us to use our own institutional generated revenues for the Kirsch Center roof replacement. Its estimated project cost is about $1.5 million. This project will replace almost 33,000 square feet of flat built-up roofing. We hope to begin this early summer of 2025. This building was built in 1981. This is our student center. Many offices are also in this building, enrollment, recruitment. The roof was most recently replaced in 1990, so it's definitely in need of replacement. But with that, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Yes, Representative Thomas.
Thank you for being up here. I know the roof was one issue, but with all those storms coming through, did y'all have any flooding damage on the Murray campus or anything?
We were very blessed in that we did not have significant flooding damage. Our neighboring counties were not so lucky, but thankfully we did not have significant flooding.
That's great.
But thank you.
With that, I'll make a motion that we accept.
Okay, motion made by Representative Walker Thomas, said motion to accept. Do I hear a second? Second by Chair Petrie. All in favor? All opposed? Do we have to do a roll? Oh, roll call, I'm sorry. It's roll
Senator-
call that.
Senator Girdler. Senator Maiden. Senator Webb. Representative Petrie.
Yes.
Representative Stalker.
Yes.
Representative Thomas.
Aye.
Co-Chair Frankie Fromeyer.
Yes.
Chair McPherson.
Yes. So it's unanimous, and so we should be good. Thank you for your testimony.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda will be Elizabeth Banks and Jennifer Fraker. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names. From the University of Kentucky, and we'll be talking about agenda number 5, P3 development agreement requiring action. So just introduce yourself for the record and proceed when you're ready.
No, we're really green.
Now,
You've embedded that in my mind, Chair Petrie. Good afternoon, members of the committee. I'm Jennifer Fraker, Director of Government Relations at the University of Kentucky.
I'm Elizabeth Baker, and I'm with the University of Kentucky as well.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity to present this critical proposal for the University of Kentucky's South Campus parking structure and Johnson Center recreation space expansion. We're here today because UK is facing a critical need. Growth from our hospital expansion and capital projects will eliminate roughly 1,900 parking spaces. Meanwhile, as you've certainly been aware, rising student enrollment is also pushing our campus recreation facilities beyond capacity. So our solution that you see before you, and you can see the models as well at the beginning of your packet, is one, to expand parking structure 7 to add roughly 1,200 spaces in addition to increasing surface lot parking, and also to expand the Johnson Center by 40,000 square feet, connecting the two projects both physically and strategically. We're proposing, again, to partner with Signet Real Estate Group under a public-private partnership, a proven model that transfers risk while preserving university ownership at the end of the financing term. And financially, the project is legislatively authorized for $115 million and is responsibly funded through lease purchase financing. On the student side, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this. Our recreation fee, currently $74 per semester, as established back in 2013, which we've held steady, will see a modest increase, which is student approved, and will help fund the recreation space. This move will move UK from last among its peers in recreation space per student closer to the national benchmarks, making us much more competitive. Our data indicates also significant that students who engage with recreation facilities at least once or more times are 7% more likely to stay enrolled. Finally, we'll fully replace lost parking spaces and even create a small surplus, improving campus logistics for everyone. In short, this project strengthens student success, campus health, and our operational future. With that, we respectfully request your approval, and we'll open it up for questions.
okay. So Senator Fromeyer, you have a question?
This is exciting. Love to see these growth pains. When you indicated the $74 per semester, what is the modest increase? What's the amount?
So it's in alignment with CPE's tuition guidelines. It'll be $21 per semester next school year, and that still puts us well below national kind of benchmarks at what our peer institutions are charging. In fact, we would still be kind of in the middle of even our peer Kentucky in-state institutions.
So you're saying about a 30% increase from $74 to $95?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
No other questions? I would entertain a motion.
Sorry, just
ahead.
follow-up
Sorry, go
question
ahead.
to that. I've noticed another element around some of the P3 partnerships with health facilities. Will this also offer community members to have a membership to the Johnson Center?
The Johnson Center is open to students.
Could you pull your mic?
I'm so sorry. The Johnson Center is open to students and staff of the university. But those students and staff can bring a guest with them. And I think there is a modest fee for that.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the fee is. I could get back to you, but I don't know it off the top of my head, and I'm sorry.
I'm okay with that. What I'm seeing, Northern Kentucky University has continued to offer access for a fee, double, maybe triple what students might pay, but they're receiving an interesting uptake on that in the most recent years that also seems to be exposing more students to the university, which, of course, we love that. Because if you can get the parents buy-in, then they're more interested, perhaps, in considering that for their children. So just curious and recognize that that's part of that P3 desire that we have as well, the private partnership desire.
We will take that idea back to campus. Thank you.
Anyone else have any questions? Not, I'd entertain a motion for approval. Motion made by Senator Fromeyer. Do I hear a second? Second by Representative Walker Thomas. Madam Secretary, call the roll.
Senator Girdler. Senator Maiden. Senator Webb. Representative Petrie.
Yes.
Representative Stalker.
Yes.
Representative Thomas.
Aye.
Co-Chair Funky Fromeyer.
The Kentucky Wildcat in me says yes.
Chair McPherson.
Yes. So unanimous. So thank you all for your time and appreciate it. All right. Next on the agenda, we have Janice Thomas, and she was the Personnel of Office and Budget Director, presenting an agenda for a pool allocation requiring no action. So just turn your thing on and introduce yourself, and the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you. Good afternoon. Janice Thomas, Deputy State Budget Director. Fortunate, I only have one project for you today, and it's a reporting project. It is for a pool project in excess of $1 million that's been approved by the Cabinet of Finance, the Secretary of the Cabinet of Finance. It is the Justice and Public Safety, Kentucky State Police Post 11 building renovations project located in London, Kentucky, in the amount of $1,138,000. Funded from the 24-26 maintenance pool in the amount of $1,088,000, and also from the 22-24 maintenance pool in the amount of $50,000. This funding will be used to replace the flat roof, exterior windows, seal off the evidence room. It will also repair steel beams, replace column posts, and structural improvements, adding electrical and exterior lighting to the building, sealing and painting the brick, adding a concrete strip around the building to protect from moisture, replacing the signage and KSP seal on the building, and correct some humidity issues with the HVAC improvements, and seal off the old garage area for secure storage and office space, and allow for secured interview and interrogation room to be created.
Anybody have any questions? Chair Petrie.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well. I can always expect a question.
These improvements will allow KSP to continue to use this facility for the next several years versus the cost of replacement,
You read the last sentence of the summary, yes, sir.
including all the ones that preceded, yes. What kind of time frame are we looking at on life use after these repairs are made?
I don't have a time frame on that right now. I do have Captain Kevin Johnson with State Police. If Captain, are you still on?
Yes, ma'am. I'm still here.
And just looking for a ballpark estimate. We all know things can fall short or go long. I'm just curious.
I don't know if you have the answer to that. I think it's more of a timing question, and we've got an upcoming budget, and those decisions haven't been made yet. I didn't know if there was a specific question relative to the project, though.
Well, the second thing is, one, what would these, so we're looking at putting in over $1 million. Is it going to buy 6 additional months or 6 additional years? That's direct on the project. And the second thing is there some kind of replacement schedule that we're potentially looking at, especially if this is a short term?
Those are
Now,
good questions.
this would be a long-term investment in this facility. We don't plan on replacing this one at this point in time, but it does have a lot of issues that we need to get corrected to keep it functional. Right now, and our next budget request will be for headquarters post 12 to be combined, and then post 3 will be asking. We're trying to build post 7 in Richmond and post 10 in Harlan right now. So post 11 would be probably 2 to 3 budget cycles at least down the list before we would ask. And then once we would get the money, would be another 36 months to build. So it would be 10 years or more down the road before we would be even thinking of doing anything with this facility.
And may I?
Go ahead.
And with these rehabilitative efforts, you think that'll buy you a sufficient time to get to the actual budget requests coming later on for replacement?
Yes, these are the things. That's why in phase A, we were at about $802,000, sir. And then when we went to phase B, we went to $849,000. And then when we went to phase C, we went to the $1.138 million because we started looking for long-term investments. And we said, if we're going to do this right, let's do it right to preserve this building for long-term usage.
Very good. Thank you. It's exactly what I needed. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any other questions? If not, thank you for your report.
Thank you.
So item number 7, Natalie Bronner is here remotely, I think, and she's with the Division of Real Properties. And so she's going to report on these, and these do require action. I'll make a motion to roll them together. We have a motion to roll the actions together. Do I hear a second? Second by Representative Stalker. Anybody opposed? If not, we'll consider them rolled. Thank you. You may go ahead with your testimony.
Thank you so much, and good afternoon. Again, my name is Natalie Bronner, and I'm the Director of the Division of Real Properties. The first item I'm reporting today is PR 5874 for the Cabinet for Health and Family Services in Scott County. This space is currently leased under PR 5297 through June 30th of 2025, and the new lease resulted from the competitive bid process outlined in KRS 56803 due to the lessor requesting a rate increase during the renewal cycle. The agency has recommended acceptance of the proposal received by the current lessor for 13,847 square feet of office space at an annual rental rate of $13 per square foot, excluding utilities and janitorial, which is $180,011 annually through June 30th of 2030. This lease has been reported pursuant to KRS 568232 since the annual cost exceeds $100,000. The next items I have are 6 lease renewals at the same terms and conditions, which are over $100,000 annually and are being reported per KRS 568232. The first lease renewal is for the Unified Prosecutorial System for the Commonwealth's Attorney, which is PR 2591, in Jefferson County for 24,233 square feet of space at $16.55 per square foot, or $401,056.16 annually through June 30th of 2026. The Cabinet for Health and Family Services Department for Community-Based Services has 3 lease renewals. The first is PR 2829 in Montgomery County for 11,544 square feet at $13.50 per square foot, or $155,844 annually through June 30th, 2026. The next is PR 4432 in Shelby County for 20,000 square feet at $11.35 per square foot, or $227,000 annually through June 30th, 2033. The third for CHFS is PR 5501 in Greenup County for 11,324 square feet at $19 per square foot, or $215,156 annually through June 30th of 2033. The next lease renewals are for the Transportation Cabinet. The first is PR 5683 for the Department of Vehicle Regulation in Jefferson County for 7,594 square feet at $15 per square foot annually, or $113,910 annually through June 30th, 2026. The second for transportation is PR 5723 for the Department of Highways in Whitley County, which is being utilized as a temporary maintenance facility and includes 37,329 square feet of warehouse and 2,355 square feet of office space at $168,000 annually, renewed through June 30th, 2028. But that date is subject to the completion and relocation to the new facility currently under construction. And then the last item I'm reporting today is for the Secretary of State due to being relocated for the upcoming capital renovation project. So for PR 5866, we found same term space in the KRS 56813-1, and the lessor has agreed to lease 12,746 square feet of space at $10 per square foot annually. Renovations are necessary to accommodate the Secretary of State, which includes demolition, framing, insulating, drywall, electrical, sprinkler, and HVAC work, as well as creation of a restroom. 2 estimates have been provided, with the lower of the 2 submitted by Central Kentucky Roofing and Contracting for a total renovation cost of $187,814.64. The lessor has agreed to absorb $85,429.08 of that cost, with the agency's remaining cost of $102,385.56. The anticipated amortization period of 60 months results in a cost of $20,477.16 annually, and an annual rent of $127,460 annually, with the new term through June 30th of 2030. And this lease is being reported pursuant to KRS 5682311A, since the lease modification exceeds $50,000. And that concludes my presentation.
Does any member have any questions? Senator Frommeyer?
Thank you, Natalie. I feel often so sensitive about spending the taxpayer's dollar. So I'm sorry to give you a hard time all the time, but you always have the answers. On the PR 2591 with the Louisville Jefferson County Metro government, I'm a little aware that has now going to house, I think, the newly assimilated judicial center. But the $401,056 in annual cost, somewhere along the way, I understood that we weren't going to pay a lease for that. That was kind of negotiated as part of the agreement to the state taking over that responsibility from the Louisville Metro government.
So I'm not aware of that. I do know that this lease at this rate has been in place since 2007. But if we have additional questions, I might need to get those answered for you and come back.
This one's in 2007. Okay. Interesting. And it does fall into that range where the difference of the cost per square foot versus the county average is more than 10%. So it looks like it's got a pretty substantial, about a $3.50 increase. So just a little surprise, 20-30%.
Sure. And again, that at that rate, it's been the 1655 since that time frame.
Since that early time frame.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Any other questions? If not, I will entertain a motion. Motion made by Senator Webb. Here a second. Yeah. Second by Senator Gergler. Madam Secretary, you call the roll.
Senator Girdler. Senator Maiden. Senator Webb. Representative Petrie.
Yes.
Representative Stalker.
Yes.
Representative Thomas.
Aye.
Co-Chair Funky Fromeyer.
Yes.
Chair McPherson.
Yes. So, thank you for your testimony today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So next on our agenda is agenda number 8. Sandy Williams is here from the Kentucky Infrastructure Authority to present 3 water loan requirements requiring action, and I would entertain a motion to roll. All right. Motion made by Senator Gergler and second by Senator Webb to roll the items. Any objection? If not, we'll consider them rolled. So go ahead, Ms. Williams, and you've got the floor.
Thank you, Chair McPherson and members of the committee. I'm Sandy Williams, Executive Director with the Kentucky Infrastructure Authority. Pursuant to KRS 224A100, the authority will present 3 loans for the committee's review today. First, with our infrastructure revolving fund, the East Clark County Water District's Fund B loan in the amount of $841,383 is for the Mount Sterling Road and Kentucky 89 water line upgrade project. The project will replace approximately 3,200 linear feet of 6-inch water line along Mount Sterling Road, approximately 7,200 linear feet of 6-inch water line along Kentucky 89, and approximately 750 linear feet of 3-inch water line along Hilltop Drive, with new Class 250 SDR 17 PVC. This will be a 20-year loan with a 2.25% interest rate and was approved at the April 3rd KIA board meeting. From our governmental agencies fund, Oldham County Water District's Fund C loan in the amount of $6,129,061 is for their US 42 West improvements from Kentucky 393 to Kentucky 1694 project. The project includes the installation of approximately 22,300 linear feet of 12-inch water line along US 42 from Kentucky 393 to Kentucky 1694. This will be a 20-year loan with a 2.75% interest rate and was approved at the April 3rd KIA board meeting. From our drinking water state revolving fund, the Canonsburg Water District's Fund F loan increase in the amount of $619,180 is for the Shopes Road water line replacement Phase 2 project. The original loan was approved by the KIA board on July 7th, 2022. This request is due to bids coming in higher than expected, with no additional work being funded with the loan increase. This will bring the total loan amount to $2,304,263. The loan term remains a 20-year loan with a 2% interest rate, and the increase was approved at the April 3rd KIA board meeting.
Does anybody have any questions? If not, Madam Secretary. I'm sorry, do you have? Okay. Madam Secretary, call the roll.
Senator Girdler. Senator Maiden. Sorry. Senator Webb. Representative Petrie.
Yes.
Representative Stalker.
Yes.
Representative Thomas.
Aye.
Co-Chair Funky Fromeyer.
Yes.
Chair McPherson.
Yes. So, thing passes today, so thank you for your testimony. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, sir.
Next on the agenda, we have Section B, Chelsea Couch is here remotely. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. You're here in person. I'm sorry. I was reading off the agenda. I thought maybe you're hearing. Sorry about that. So, B, issues in school facilities, and it does require action. So, is this one we need to roll? Oh, okay. So go ahead and
Okay.
floor is yours. Thank you.
I'm Chelsea Couch. I'm with the Office of Financial Management. I do have a few K through 12 issuance for your approval today. Starting with Clinton County for $321,000. This is 100% state funded with an average annual debt service amount of $23,845. And this is for improvements at the Early Childhood Center. It looks like the total project cost for this one is $486,000, and the district is putting $165,000 worth of cash. Next, I have Franklin County for just over $45 million. It's a new Elkhorn Elementary School. The state is participating in 7% of this with an average annual debt service payment of $249,703. Just over $3.2 million, which are investment over 20 years. Next, we have Fulton Independent, $2.4 million for energy conservation improvements. The state is participating in less than 1% of this, with just $1,900 as our average annual debt service payment. Next, I have Lincoln County, $580,000 for renovations to their high school. This is 100% state funded with an average annual debt service amount of $43,753. Next, I have McLean County, $5.4 million for HVAC improvements at 3 of their schools, Calhoun Elementary, McLean Middle, and High. The state is participating in less than 1% of this issuance with an average annual debt service payment of $52,459. Next, I have Paris Independent for $1.1 million, HVAC improvements at their high and middle school. The state is participating in 40% of this issuance with an average annual debt service payment of $36,643. Next, I have Somerset Independent for $19 million. It looks like they're doing a new middle school, a new multipurpose facility. We're participating in 2.6 of that. $38,646 is our average annual debt service payment. It looks like they did receive some gap funding in the latest session for $5.8 million, and they're also putting in $6.2 million worth of their own cash. Last, I have Spencer County for $26 million, renovations to their elementary and middle school. The state is participating in 3.35% of that, with an average annual debt service payment of $63,840.
So, does anybody have any questions? Chair Petrie? We will in a second. Was going to answer questions first.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just big picture for a moment. General obligation bonds, how's that going?
To the best of my knowledge, it's been going well. We see them being put through quite a bit, so it seems to be going well.
Any concerns about how it's developing or how it's been used or anything?
None so far. I think you adding this breakdown to show athletics, administrative, I think that was a good add, and I think that allows the committee to see a little bit broader view of what may be going through.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So no, we had one item that did not need action, and we had 8 then that did to roll. So I would at this time entertain a motion to roll those 8 items.
Make a motion.
Make a motion by Senator Fromeyer. Second. Second by Senator Webb. So any opposed? If not, we'll consider those rolled. And so, Madam Secretary, will you call the roll?
Senator Girdler. Senator Maiden. Senator Webb. Representative Petrie,
Yes.
Representative Stalker,
Yes.
Representative Thomas,
Aye.
Co-Chair Funky Fromeyer,
Yes.
Chair McPherson.
Yes. So thank you for your time, testimony. We don't have anything else on the agenda. Senator Webb, would you like to record votes on?
I did look over the material.
Votes for all. Okay, if nothing else, our next meeting will be May the 19th, and Senator Fromeyer will be chair. Yay! So y'all won't have to put up with me the next time. So that is at noon. It looks like at noon here in this room. So I hear a motion to adjourn. Motion so moved. All right, we're adjourned. We'll stand adjourned. Thank you.
Yeah, and then it looks like Walker Thomas, it looks like the rest of them, June, yeah, on Tuesdays. Tuesdays at 1.